I'm on the left, I'm a Democrat, but what the hell was that? That was crazy. So he's apparently got these Congress people on speed dial, and he's watching. I read the whole story, of course, and he's watching the entire hearings, and he's texting people different directions. Did anybody know that Epstein was running our government? I mean, that was amazing. Did you see? She doesn't know who Rona is, so she misspells it in the text. She thinks it might be an acronym for something, and then she says, Ms. Rona. Rona's her first name. It's Rona Graff, the assistant for Trump. She literally has no idea what she's asking. She's only asking that question because Epstein directed her to ask that question. And interesting that at that point is directing people on how to damage Trump. So that doesn't serve any of my interest for me to tell you that, but that's what's happening in that hearing, right? You gotta be fair and you gotta call out what's actually happening. But what's interesting in all the emails is it goes back and forth, back and forth. Should we hurt Trump or should we help Trump? Should we hurt or help? And depending on what Trump is saying. And he categorizes Trump as dangerous. My guess as to why he thinks Trump is dangerous is because usually when someone is bought or blackmailed, they stay bought or blackmailed.
Democrats maybe wanna be careful what they wish for here. First, things you should know. A member of the Democratic Conference named Stacey Plaskett, she's a member of the House, was found to have been texted in 2019 about what to say in a congressional hearing. You heard that correctly. Literally, a Democrat member of the House, Plaskett, was taking orders from.
Yes, Hakeem Jeffrey is under fire. They have been advocating that, this list should be reviewed, but instead, everything is backfiring on Democrat. What I have observed within the space of 12 hours is extremely concerning. There is another lady, she sat there, conspiring with Jeffrey to take down Trump. That should tell you a lot about this Democrat. I have seen a lot of these people coming out to say, Trump doesn't want the list. Instead, Trump was doing these people good. Yeah, because according to them, they wanted to use this to their advantage, but things are turning around. The tables have been shaken. Hakeem Jeffrey was there, seeking money, that this guy should give him money during his campaign because they wanted to take over the House. That should tell you a lot about this Democrat. If they actually knew that this was happening, they would not stand there and make noise every single day about the fights. Now, the truth is coming out. They are panicking.
Colleagues' coordination with it. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epps to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition. We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
The tables have turned around. Look at this. This is the truth coming out. For a very long time, Democrats wanted to play a long shot, but instead, they never knew that this will hang on their necks.
For being here, obviously a lot of movement up on Capitol Hill today. And you heard Stacey Plaskett there. She was arguing her texts with Jeffery were not illegal. But in your view, were they appropriate?
Well, Stacey Plaskett is not accused of violating any House rule, any law, any statute, and she's clearly and unequivocally denounced Jeffrey. And I think what the survivors fought for today is the type of transparency that came out of the House, went through the Senate, and is now on its way to Donald Trump's desk, where hopefully he'll sign it into law, because at the end of the day, all the American people are asking for is just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is why these files that Donald Trump and his administration has been hiding for months need to be released.
But do you think it was appropriate for her to be texting with Jeffery 11 years after he pleaded guilty?
I mean, I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett to discuss this issue because we've been focused today on making sure that there was a decisive vote as it related to the files and the release. I'm thankful for the work of Representative Massey, of Ro Khanna, but most importantly, the survivors.
Do you plan to talk to her about it?
I think that we successfully defeated a resolution that lacked any basis, was not credible, and was being brought by an individual who was trying to weaponize this issue to reinvigorate his own failed gubernatorial campaign in South Carolina. It was rejected on a bipartisan basis on the floor today. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, I was just asking if you personally believe messaging with Jeffery, who was at that point a registered.
I will be honest with you and tell you that when it came down to the election, there were a lot of people who really believed that the Republicans and the president were all about getting the bad guys out. People truly believed your words, but your actions are not matching up, because I've got the receipts showing that they are not matching up. And so call us a little paranoid in believing that the hypocrisy may continue to come from across the aisle. Speaking of hypocrisy, I do want to point out, since we're talking about Jeffery, if y'all recall, we were gone for about 2 months, and now everybody wants to act as if they want to have like a real honest conversation about the victims and the survivors and everybody else. Where was this conversation a long time ago? And I know that y'all love to go back and say that Joe Biden didn't do it. You know, Joe Biden is blamed for everything. Joe Biden didn't do anything, and it was Joe Biden's fault, and why wasn't Joe Biden? Joe Biden didn't campaign on it. I just want to be clear. If y'all can run me the tape, then run me the tape. But you know, when you campaign and you go out and you make a promise, then we evaluate whether or not you actually meet your promises. So listen, if you can have this honest let's just go ahead with this lame duck president and be honest about everything that the American people care about. They care about affordability. They care about the fact that literally people are starving in this country because we have 42 million people, and I don't remember any one of you during that almost 2-month break deciding to go on faux news or any other news outlet and say, you know what, it is wrong to have 42 million people that are relying on $6 a day to eat.
You know, when I look at Democrat, you can clearly see what they're doing. Jeffrey made it clear that he would not respond to these questions. This lady on CNN asking over and over, was that right? He did not answer that question. It's just that I was not able to have the end of that video. He refused to answer, like, you have asked me this question over and over, I'm not answering. That should tell you how these people protect their own. They will protect their own at all costs, but then forget the important things. They wanted to make this fight issue about Trump, but from the way I'm looking, it has not worked out. Yeah, the way they wanted. This is Ghetto Democrat Jasmine. Here, making it clear, we should understand that they did all that to win elections. That is what she's making me to understand. And at a certain point, when I look at Democrat, I always wonder if they know that people understand their tactics every single time. Crazy, right?
Breast augmentation, etc. Why do you think they are so against gender-affirming care for people?
You know you want to say it.
Okay, so I have this thing where, like, you know a MAGA woman when you see one.
1000%.
They all have a look,
big
right?
Back,
but they, like, they lips be up to, anyway, that's a whole other issue. But yeah, they don't even know. Because when that was brought up on the House floor, because there was a discussion about this on the House floor, they were like, how dare you say we use, and it's like, no, that's exactly what y'all do. Y'all just didn't realize that that's what it is. But okay.
Yeah.
Someone with fake eyelashes is attacking real women. Sometimes when I look at this lady, I will shake my head because I don't actually even want to say what I have in mind on this platform because of the rules they have. This is crazy, right? She has been doing this for a very long time, and just to seek attentions on social media. But it's insane.
Right now. And for a woman who is openly flirting with trying to run for Texas Senate seat against Senator either John Cornyn or whoever comes out of that primary, you are seeing a woman who's not spending an awful lot of time in Texas. That whole list of places she's been living high on the hog, I didn't see anything mentioning Dallas or
sure that the Department of Justice didn't have this information, and if they didn't have this information, do we know whether or not they actually deleted this information? Do we know that there was a thorough investigation? Do we know whether or not the investigation...
Please share the videos. As of the short clips, that is for YT algorithm. So please, you can end here.
He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
He beat Joe, he got lost to Joe Biden.
But not in West Virginia.
No, he still won by 40 points.
Right. This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct to have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us. It's like history.
Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times do somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't
right.
do them.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before. Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner...
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.